All right, and after YouTube decided that it wanted to be a big giant piece of poo, uh, we're back to you. I guess we'll run you back through Justin Richardson. He's out front still. Eric Mickey behind him. That gap increased to 1.5 seconds. We got Darwin behind them. We got looks like they're passing the lap car.
Yes, they are.
Not
The
100%.
54 is letting them by. Of
Gotcha,
Mr.
gotcha.
Johnson there.
So we got Darwin and Fredericks here. They're third and fourth. We got Kurt Crum.
Nothing's really changed since we left there. Everyone cycled through their pit stops, but all came pretty much back the same. I think our battle, unless Eric can get back to Justin, will be between Mr. Fredericks and Mr. Darwin there for the last step on the podium.
Yeah, and our apologies for that. Not really sure what's going on with it. Everything's good on our end. I guess the setup, the pre-link that we had for the event, just not working properly. But we should
YouTube
be back.
Being YouTube.
Pain in the ass. But we should be back to you live on our just regular channel here. Stream quality health is exceeding expectations. Thank you, YouTube. Ugh.
It's unfortunate, Wendell. Unfortunate.
It is. However, we are back to the action. Let's see if we can't find you a battle on track. And it looks like that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the closest battle is going to be Thomas Fredericks and Darwin Mintz. Maybe it's Mintz.
Let's just call him Darwin.
Let's call him Darwin. I think that's a good idea. Good call.
I mean, there's so many jokes that could do with Darwin, but yeah, he's still holding off Fredericks. I think, like I said, this is going to be your battle because it looks like Eric and Justin are pretty much in the same ballpark. So unless one of them makes a mistake, you're really not going to catch him. It's 1.6 seconds between first and second, and it's just outside that draft window in these cars. But hey, stranger things have happened. Just looking through the field, see if there's any surprises. No, not really. Andrew Mickey still P10, Matt Kingston P9. Nothing shook out from the pit stops of those fellas. I thought they might have tried to leapfrog each other. Kurt still just so close to catching Fredericks and Darwin, but just so far away.
Just not close enough. It looks like right around 10 minutes on the ticker. We'll say plus or minus 5.
Well, no, when that comes to the white flag, it's pretty much over. So
yeah. But like we said, this is your closest battle on track right now. Thomas Fredericks and Darwin. As Fredericks loops it, that is rather unfortunate.
So that was our closest battle.
He made it all the way through his pit stops. Unfortunately, loop it right there coming out of the bus stop.
And you know that's not a hard spot to lose it. Coming back into NASCAR 1, the car's already bouncing kind of through what you'd call it, like horsepower hop, I guess is what you'd say, and then it's dirty and you're trying to transition back onto the banking, and it's just not anything in your favor. Unfortunate. That was Fredericks ran up front all night, but now he's gonna have to settle for probably what he's
going to be P5, yeah.
Yeah, Kurt got around him, so could possibly fall back into the grasp of the 48. Don't think the 48's running quick enough lap times to catch him, though.
Yeah, Oliver in the 48, a little bit further back, about 2.8 seconds. But assuming Fredericks can rebound right there, he should be good to go for P5 tonight.
And We know, Wendell. That's just once you do one self spin, if you let it get in your head, that could pretty much end your night. If you're not careful, you'll end up sliding off, trying to overcharge the corners, trying to make up for it. And you just gotta settle back in, hit your marks, and know it was just a one-time thing. And believe the tires are still gonna be there, not overheated like basketballs. Because they're sure not squishy like marshmallows.
No, I'm a big fan of marshmallows.
Oh, I bet so.
Happen to like them pretty well. All right, now our new closest battle on track is going to be the 03 of Brian and the 23 of Adam. They're like Moore says, coming into NASCAR 1. Be coming in here to the bus stop momentarily.
I feel like this group, including Kingston at some points, has kind of been together all race. It was first, I believe Andrew Mickey was also in this mix, but we was kind of shook out after pit stops to just these two remaining. Definitely within drafting range. The 23, not sure he's going to be able to get it done this lap though, but should keep him in his sights as they have driven away from Matt Kingston by 10 seconds now, back to ninth place, so it's a pretty big gap. As Wendell said, that is your only real battle, as the front two is still 1.9, so yeah, Justin stretched it just a little bit. And another 9 seconds back to Darwin, so that's your podium's almost set. I guess you can't give it away though, because Kurt's still right there, only 2.5, 3 seconds behind Darwin. I'll say, looking at the leader, that's pretty consistent with a 141.3 is the fastest and a 141.5 last lap. That's pretty quick. I guess you'd say that's why they're up front.
Yeah. They're setting fire to the asphalt, if you will.
Not a great lap last lap though. 4/10 off of Eric Mickey. Maybe those tires starting to come in a little bit for the 13. Or go out, I should say, not come in. Also catching a little bit of lap traffic. Shouldn't play any major issues as he goes way out of the way for him. And the leader, actually one of the slowest cars up front on track, by about 2/10 over most of the field. 4/10 over Eric.
And like you said, maybe the tires finally wearing off for him. But it's hard to think that Mickey's not going to be able to catch him here in the next couple laps. I think we end up with a battle for the win here.
I mean, it was up to 1.9, now back down to 1.6. Eric gets another couple tenths here or there. He's still got time to make the move on him. And like we said, the braking in these cars, I mean, if you can force that guy into braking just a little too late, you can really make some time on him.
Indeed, we're coming down to the close of it.
I'll tell you too. This is another thing, Wendell. This is when you're gonna start burning those X's if you have them.
Yeah.
You can make up some time in the bus stop by dropping a wheel, and that's widely known. I've noticed in the 13's already got 7, and Eric's only got 5. So.
Oh, certainly.
Looks like they're catching. Robbie Burgers will be the next car to go a lap down here to Justin. Starting to see some pretty good pebbles through that exit or pit lane there. Robbie stays clear out of the way to let Eric and Justin get by as they continue their battle for the lead. Once again shaved off, not quite 3/10 that lap, but little bit. So maybe the pressure's on for the lead here. I pretty much said it was over, but that's why I'm up here, Wendell, because if I was down there, I could probably contend if I knew what I was doing.
That last corner, Thomas, Mickey was able to cut off 2/10 to the leader of Justin here. I think, like I said, I'm hoping myself, but I hope we see a nice battle come out of this.
I think we're seeing it's going to be iffy for third spot, but it looks like Kurt also about 2/10 quicker the past couple laps over Darwin, so could be seeing a battleship up for the lead and for third.
We're gonna bring you as much of it as we can.
Where's our resident stat nerd when we need him?
Yeah. Probably driving something on the oval.
Probably looking for a team.
Yeah. About that.
Fredericks that lap, wow, busted off a 1:41.4 just looking through some of the lap times through the field. That's a pretty hot lap. Unfortunately, not going to do much for him, but
No, unfortunately, a little too late for that, but maybe help him maintain that fifth spot as he's got a 10-second gap on the 6th place car, the 48 of Oliveira. Up front, Eric Mickey has closed that gap to 1.1 seconds over what was 2.
Ooh, already down under that to 0.9 to the last sector check. So Eric definitely reeling in the third team here.
Yeah, he's closing the gap. He's hungry.
I know Eric, speaking of hungry, he is hungry to win in one of these leagues. I believe this is the second attempt at a Scars-esque kind of road league, and he never got the victory in the first race of the season. I believe the first time we did it was between myself and Matt Kingston. And then I can't remember. I believe you were part of that series one of the Porsches, but I don't remember who won the opening round of that. But I know it wasn't Eric Mickey.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Desperate to get his first win here in his very own league.
Ryan, we've got the ticker down to 30 seconds. We can only assume that maybe 2 laps to go here.
I would assume, yeah.
We'll see as we got somebody coming down pit road, but looks like the 18.
I'm sure Eric Mickey's hoping that there's at least 5 or 6 laps left so he can keep reeling in this 13.
And he did just that. Gap down to 7/10. He's getting it. And this is our white flag lap, Thomas, according to the ticker. I don't know, the ticker may be wrong.
I'm feeling like we've got one more past this.
Well, we'll see.
The race fan in me is hoping we do because it's going to set up one heck of a battle for the win.
Indeed. We'll try to.
It's going to follow up. It doesn't look like Kurt's going to catch Darwin, so that was maybe just a little too far for Kurt, but definitely the battle for the lead is where the action's going to be. Now, Wendell, we don't get to be in that position very often of trying to hold off someone for a win, but it's got to be nerve-wracking knowing the guy behind you's pretty much caught you by over 1.5 seconds now. So, I mean, what do you do?
Go fast, and at this point, turn left.
We got chat saying draft's going to be a big factor here. Yeah, the draft is always a big factor at Daytona, no matter what series you're in.
Indeed, it looks like this might be the last lap because he's swerving back and forth.
Without a doubt it is. Looks like Justin's going to bring home the win here.
Indeed, we've got fireworks going. We got your race winner, Justin Richardson. We're going to get him in some Ferrari donuts.
Be careful with that because those X's are still going to count because not all the field's complete. Indeed, Darwin did bring her home third. Kurt did rebound to fourth, and Thomas Fredericks held on to that top 5.
You gotta love that.
Eric trying to get the podium finish here to get on Discord so he can get interviewed there, Mr. James.
Yeah. And most certainly, well, it looks like we're missing the first and third place finishers.
I just heard the winner say, "What about Discord?"
So we're about that. So we'll see who we can and can't get in here.
Well, we could start maybe a holdover interview with Fredericks just to see until we can get Eric, because I'm sure he's busy at the moment.
Yeah, as well he should be. Let's pull him in.
Boom. You
There
ask
he
and you
is.
receive.
We got your 5th place finisher tonight. Fell as far back as 7th. Rolled off 4th. I know it's a disappointing finish for you, Fredericks, after the mistake coming onto NASCAR 1. But tell us a little bit about your night.
Yeah, I kind of blew it there. I was setting myself up. Me and Darwin, first off, that was a lot of fun with him. We were so evenly paced there. I decided I was just going to kind of ride behind them. If I would have got in front of him, we just would have kept exchanging positions. I was like, you know what? Let me just sit behind him and set him up for coming off of NASCAR 4 to the start finish line. And as I was thinking about that, you count your chickens before they hatch, and I'm looking at the infield, so kind of blew it. But that was a lot of fun either way. That top 4, that Justin and Eric were kind of in their own
Zip code.
Yeah, Kurt had the pace to be with him. He just had that mistake early on, but it looked like I had that podium finish look in there because I don't know if Kurt was going to catch us. But either way, it was fun. I'll take 5th. Big shout out to everyone that showed up. 17 guys for really. I was messing with Eric. It was a poorly advertised league. Unless you knew us, you didn't really know what was up. But we still had 17. Hopefully, this broadcast will bring more. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we had a 2-parter tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, did we? What happened?
Yeah. Well, let's just say that YouTube is a piece of garbage. Say that publicly. Hopefully, they hear this.
I think there's
I'm
a little
sure
busy in Europe right now.
I'm sure they're listening to OCR TV right now.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know.
But in any event, a solid finish tonight. Solid finish tonight for Fredericks. It's a top 5 for you. What would he be looking for from you? What should we be? I know yes. You're rubbing off on me, Fredericks. What should we be looking from you the next round at Watkins Glen?
Unfortunately, the next 2 weeks, I am going to be in Florida, and the next week I'll be in the Dominican Republic pretending to save lives. So,
well, that's nice.
Yeah, so I have to use 2 of my 4 drop weeks that the series offers. So you won't see me for a couple weeks, but when I come back for the next, I believe that's the next regional round. If I can keep being a top 5 car, I'm going to feel satisfied. Like I said, Justin, Eric, and Kurt, they're so good. And even Darwin, this is the first time I raced with him. So I can now speak of how good he is. The fact that I'm within the ballpark of them, if I go mistake-free, I'm in the ballpark. I feel pretty good going forward that I can hopefully stay a top 5 car.
That sounds good.
Will we see Ron in that car, any?
Yeah, so Ron will be racing for Fast Daddy Racing. With his work, he can only race every other week. So a lot of times we're always gonna have a car on track, except for I guess 2 weeks from today because I won't be here. He won't be here, but Ron Meyer Jr. He'll be in the car. He'll be racing for us. I'm gonna talk to my buddy Adam Dock. He had an awesome 6th place finish. Shout out to him if he listens to this. I have to reach out to him and see if he wants another Fast Daddy spot. But yeah, we should have some cars out there.
If.
All right. Well, that was the driver of the 32, Thomas Fredericks. Thanks for joining us tonight, Thomas.
Thanks, guys, and thanks for taking the time to broadcast us.
Hey, get him out of here. He's done. Now,
I saw some names popping in chat down there that look a little like maybe a third place and a winner kind of name?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like maybe Darwin's might be having a microphone thing. So let's just pull him up, see what he's doing. There he is, third place finisher tonight, Darwin in the 73. Darwin, we're gonna have to ask you to maybe tell us how to pronounce your last name properly.
He also might be trying to figure out how to turn the mic on.
Oh, this is the beautiful thing about this. I believe that's what he's doing. Darwin, if you click the little cogwheel next to your name at the bottom left-hand corner, it says User Settings. Then you're going to click the Voice button under App Settings. Change that bad boy to Voice Activity. And make sure your microphone is selected.
I thought that was kind of weird of Discord. It didn't actually, when I set mine up, it didn't actually pick up my headset right off the bat. I had to manually put it in there.
Oh. All right, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to drop you back down into the general chat, Darwin. Get one of those boys to help you set that up. We're going to squeeze another one out, and then,
Hello.
Oh, we got him.
Oh,
Just in the nick of time.
Yep, I apologize.
No worries. Darwin, before we get started, how do you pronounce that last name, bud?
It's Mainz. It rhymes with pints.
Mainz.
He
said
comes
it.
with his own slogan.
I said it the first time and messed it up after. God. Well, Darwin, a solid third place run tonight. Tell us a little bit about your night.
You know, I'm just glad I was able to finish in the top 3. It feels good to be sitting here. I started 6th. I had 0 practice. I didn't even practice once this week. Got qualified 6th. Just came up through the pack. Had a great race with Thomas. It was amazing. Want to congratulate my my buddy Justin Richardson for winning. We won a Daytona race here in February, a 24-hour race together. So it feels good to be back racing against him here. We haven't raced against each other in a long time. So I had a lot of fun. Want to thank Eric for putting this out and you guys for broadcasting. I had a lot of fun.
Excellent.
Now, see, well, I told you these guys had to have some endurance experience. I told them you probably ran so many laps here you can run it with your eyes closed.
Yeah, I've been doing my first Daytona endurance race probably 8 years ago, so it's a long time. Just want to thank my Speed Asylum teammates and Karen for putting us cars out here.
Alrighty, well, Darwin, before we let you go, what was maybe one of the biggest things you guys had to fight tonight at Daytona in these Ferraris? I know the brake bias is not adjustable. Was that maybe one of the bigger factors, or was it just trying to keep it slow it down on these high banks?
For me, it was a couple turns on the infield. The banks were fine. I was mainly just racing with Thomas, so just trying to negotiate getting on and off the fast parts because I screwed up once in the hairpin and he got right on me and almost passed me. But the toughest parts were getting the power down. It was just pretty squirrely.
Yeah, I believe your rival there, Frederick, showed us how squirrely it was trying to get back on NASCAR 1, looping around that one time.
Yep, I missed that. I saw him just dropping down the speed. I didn't actually catch that, but he was great out there. I know he was just waiting to set me up for a pass late in the run. He was sticking with me, I think, so it didn't let Kurt catch us because Kurt was a couple seconds back. I think he was just running draft laps to do that, but I think he would have got me at the end if he would have been there.
Well, without a doubt, Darwin, you were one of the, I won't say one of the underdogs here, and we didn't know much about you till tonight, but now we get to piece it together and see you're probably one of the contenders here throughout the year. Before we let you go, any final shout outs you want to give out? Well, another no one made enemies tonight, so just some shout outs.
Yeah, but just basically my team. It was our buddy's Smithy's birthday yesterday, so I'll give one out to him. He's an English guy on our team, so he's a pretty cool cat.
Oh, birthdays all around. As our producer, Wendell James has a birthday today.
Indeed.
He's like 47 today.
Yeah, it feels like it. Well, Darwin,
50.
yeah, we'll talk about that later, Matt. Darwin, we had I guess a lot of fun watching you guys tonight. Looking forward to seeing what you have for us the next time we see you on track at the Glen. Good run tonight again. You were saying?
Thank you. I will be at the Glen. I will not be at Le Mans. I will be on vacation, but I'm looking forward to the Glen.
Well, we'll see you then, Darwin.
Lucky him. He doesn't have to fly all the way to France to drive a Ferrari.
Ooh-wee. All right, well let's just get him in here. We're not
Snatch him.
gonna warn these guys. We're just gonna snatch and grab. We got P2 tonight. Roll off the grid third. Finish second. Eric Mickey driving the 84 car. Eric, tell us about your night, bud.
Oh, I'm so happy that went much cleaner and much more fun than I thought it might have been. Especially the start. I was just picturing big turn one wreck and league over, but I don't know. It was a fun night. It was fun racing with Kurt and Justin there at the beginning, and then Kurt fell off because he had a course cutting penalty, and then battling with Justin, and then I spent probably most of that first half of the race just trying to get the fast lap for that extra point. So I'll have to take a look and see if I was able to get that or not.
Now let's talk about that battle you had with Justin there. It seemed like you two kind of rose to the top. You were definitely the cars to beat tonight, but how hard after the pit stops were you trying to just recover from the time you lost and see if you could edge him out there at the end?
Yeah, I got I got some work to do with my pit strategy and figuring out why my data feedback is giving me wrong information. And so that definitely cost me some time. And then I just kind of got stuck a second and a half behind him, and I couldn't capitalize and get to him quick enough to be within that 1 second gap that the draft really helps you pull along. So I was trying, but I was also conscious of every time he locked up his brakes, which I felt like he was doing it more than I felt like I was able to gain on him pretty good. So I was focused on being disciplined with that and trying to make sure I gained when I could to get to him. But dude's good, dude's fast. And he had the right fuel strategy tonight and pulled it off. So congrats to him, and congrats to Darwin on that third place too.
Yeah, without a doubt, I was telling Wendell during the broadcast, a lot of talent showcased tonight, a lot of clean but hard racing throughout the field. So it's looking like it's going to shape up to a great season. Headed to Watkins Glen next week to another world famous road course here in America. So should see hopefully some even more new faces come out, because it's a great track for us to race on, and it's a great track to showcase the Ferrari on iRacing here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's we keep this field here and maybe get some more as we go along. And your broadcasts are going to help probably with the getting us some visibility and our name out there. So looking for this to really take off, hopefully. And next week, definitely going to appreciate that our race is going to be dry as opposed to what we're looking at this weekend.
I was going to say another rain forecast than the real one, it looks like. Before we let you go, Eric, anybody you want to give a shout out to, or maybe tell Andrew to work on your fuel mileage a little bit better in those bombshell cars?
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on board and sponsoring us. Being title sponsor of the series and broadcasting us and doing all that. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to Wendell there. And I just want to thank all the drivers and everybody who's kept interested for the last few weeks and come out tonight to race. And I hope everybody comes out next week.
Alrighty, folks, there he is. Your P2 finisher tonight came up just a little short, but definitely going to be a factor all season long. That's Eric Mickey in the 84 for Bombshell Motorsports.
Man, these birthday shout-outs are really nice. I'm not used to that.
I know. I didn't even, Facebook let me down today, Wendell. You must not have your birthday notified on there, because
I took it off.
I'll be damned if it didn't tell me 16 people had their birthday yesterday. It wouldn't tell me Wendell James had his today.
Oh, secretive times we have. Well, in the true fashion of OCR TV, snatch and grab. It's what we do. And we just did it. We snatched him right out of thin air. We got Justin Richardson. He's your winner tonight. Rolled off first. Finished first. Justin, Positive Sim Racing's 13 car, taking it home tonight. Tell us a little bit about your night.
Yeah, I almost actually didn't make it the race. I forgot about it until Thomas texted me earlier in the day, about 4 hours ago, and reminded me. So I thankfully made it with about 10 minutes of practice left, and had a had a pretty good feeling for the car straight out of the gate.
Well, you could have fooled us. Looked like you had been here all night long practicing away. But we've seen you show up for the exhibition races. Both yourself and Kurt put on a pretty good show. Tonight you kind of got the better of them. Maybe were you just hiding in those exhibition races and not showing your full speed till tonight, or is just maybe Daytona's more of your kind of track?
To be honest, I've always loved Daytona. I won this year's my split in the 24 overall. So I've really liked this track. To be honest, up until the exhibition practices we've had, I've not driven these cars at all. I'm in a program with Positive Sim Racing to make pro, working with the VRS team, and I've been concentrating so much on BES and BSS that I haven't driven anything else in about 8 months now. So this car's pretty, I would say, really to my liking.
Sounds like it's a nice welcome break from the grind of endurance racing.
Yeah, I mean, I love the endurance racing, but this is a nice little break to where I don't have to worry about setups and changing things and trying to find time somewhere. I can just, like I did tonight, show up, do some few practice laps, and just get right in on it. You know, it's laid back, but still competitive, as you saw. Eric and Kurt were behind me. Kurt had an issue, it looked like, on the second or third lap behind me. I knew this track. I had the pace. I knew the track is so draft specific that I needed to get that gap, and I wasn't able to get it until the pit stop. Once I knew where my braking point to get into the pit lane was, so I knew I'd gain a bit of time there. I seem to usually do that whenever I've been at this track in the past, and came out almost 5 seconds over Eric. But there was a guy in front of me. I think he was running in 7th at the time, going to the bus stop. He kind of moved at a point that I wasn't expecting, and I blew it. And I knew if I just needed to keep, I lost about 3 seconds, and I knew as long as I could keep Eric out of my the slipstream, so over a second I think is around the delta, I would be okay.
Yeah, definitely had us on our edge of our seat there at the end. Eric kind of cut it down to I believe around half a second coming to the white flag. So we were hoping maybe he could just get that draft and make it one of those photo finishes coming to the line. But nevertheless, you set the field on notice tonight. You're going to be one of the guys to beat. Yourself, Eric, like you said, Kurt, Darwin, all consistent runners tonight. Are you looking to possibly run the whole season here, or are you kind of just run what you can manage to show up for?
I got a pretty busy schedule outside of racing, so Wednesday seems to work okay so far. I mean, if I'm home and I'm able to do it, I'd love to, because this was fun, you know. I would definitely like to continue racing. The guys so far seem to be pretty clean. To be honest, I'd rather do races like this over official ones based on the cleanliness of the racing.
What? No.
Yeah, I mean, that's it sucks when you work so much and then in a race some guy takes you out in corner one because it's his first day, and then you come into here where you know there are guys that have been racing and or are friends that you can trust to race side by side through a corner, and they're not going to brake check you or come down on you, and they're used to racing. So I definitely like this.
Well, alrighty, Justin, before we let you go, any final shout outs you need to give to anybody tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to my PSR Positive Sim Racing guys, DSR out in Australia, the guys I race with in the Australian endurance series is over there, and my personal sponsor, Simulage. He has been hooking me up with my wheel, my current one. In fact, that's the reason that closed the gap. And if anything, my new wheel is a replica of Rosberg's last year, and the screen on it, I was flipping through some screens to get to my tire management, and I braked into the infield hairpin, and that's pretty much what allowed Eric towards the end to get close to me. So I quit messing with my screen and flicked to the screen to turn it off at that point so I could maintain my gap. But yeah, just all those guys, and thanks, and hopefully at some point during the season, if I make it back, I'll see you guys again.
Oh, without a doubt. I believe we'll see you a couple more times at least throughout the season here in victory lane, or at least on the podium. But there you have it, folks. Your winner tonight. Looking to maybe hopefully get to Watkins Glen and repeat here.
We'll see. See you guys soon.
All right, Mr. James.
All right. Well, let's run through the results here. Thomas, a pretty good night for Daytona Ferrari racing. Looking forward to seeing these guys back on track in these cars at Watkins Glen coming very, very soon. I think we've got a really good setup here. And if anybody's watching or happens to see this and is interested in joining up, Thomas, tell them how they would go about that.
Well, you can always contact the lovely admin Eric Mickey on Facebook. Here on the iRacing service itself, you can use the messenger tool, which a lot of people overlook. It's not that bad. You just gotta type it in and send it. You can find the Scars League on the iRacing leagues. You can search for it by just typing in Scars in the leagues, and it'll show up. You can apply for the league, and there's not a whole lot of restrictions. Just apply. We'll look you over, and if it's a fit, you'll get right in, and you can enjoy some fabulous fixed racing here in the 48 Ferraris.
Indeed. Well, like I said, Thomas Moore's joined us this week, but in the booth from now until the end, it's going to be myself and Trey Landry bringing you all the Scars action. Ferrari Challenge. This week from Daytona, next time from Watkins Glen, and I believe that's next Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes?
Yes, the next time you'll see us in this series will be next Wednesday. The next time you'll see us here on OCR TV will be next Monday for Cup Cars at South Boston. So, interesting week coming up next week.
Yeah, that ought to be something. Well, for the entire stream team, I'm Wendell James. That was Thomas Morris. Matt Kingston in the car on Wednesday nights. Trey Landry going to join us next week. We appreciate you tuning in. Like Morris said, catch us again Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, and then again with more Scars action, 8:50-ish p.m. Wednesday nights here on OCR TV. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.